Hello girlies, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be showing you guys how I did this Playboy set. This is a set that I saw off of Instagram a while ago. I usually like to do recreations to test my skills or whatnot. And I was pretty excited to do this set. I really don't get to do long nails as much as I would like to. That's my preferred thing to do, but all the girlies love short nails, so yeah. So this was really exciting for me. I was actually really surprised that this client was even down to do these nails because she never likes to get long nails, and even the short nails that I do, she's talking about they're too long. So that was surprising to me, but she wanted to do something big for her birthday, and that's what we did. So I've already started my prep. I used my usual bits, my usual cuticle bit, and then now the sanding band. If you've been watching my videos, this is definitely nothing new. I'm going in at the speed of 4 or maybe 3, either or. This client doesn't have a lot of cuticle that I have to remove, so this process was pretty quick. So after my month-long hiatus of not uploading, I'm trying to get back in the groove of uploading every Thursday. So please leave down below any videos that you would like to see. I'm always open to any requests. I wanted to say thank you for everybody who watched my polygel video. I noticed that was very well received. I appreciate all of the nice comments that I got. So I applied my tips off camera, and now I'm measuring them to the length that I want. Lately, I've been measuring my tips with this form, but I think I may go back to using the magnets. I think the magnets was more time efficient, but I'm still debating about that. I think both methods are fine. I just think this takes more time for me to do. I try to be as efficient as possible when doing nails. Honestly, my prep doesn't take that long. It's the nail art portion that gets me every time. But anyways, I'm just measuring the tips. I line up the 3 middle fingers so that they're the same length, and then I separately measure the pinky and the thumb to the nail form. And once I'm done with the first hand, I just measure the second hand to the first hand instead of using the form and doing all that again separately. Okay, so now I'm on to my application. I prepped the nails off camera, and I'm going in with Dynamic Nail Supplies Vintage Nude. It's one of my top 3 acrylics. I usually pick this almost all the time. It goes well with lighter skin tones and darker skin tones. So the bead that I'm about to pick up, I'm going to place it where the tip meets the natural nail. And then I'm going to work that down. I'm going to use gravity to help me work it down, angling the finger downward. I'm patting and dragging the acrylic down, keeping my brush wet and continuously wiping my brush on the napkin to keep the acrylic from clumping up my brush. And then towards the end, I just pat to keep it square. Now I'm going in with my second bead right above where I placed my last bead, and I'm working that down. This bead is to build up the thickness of the nail. With longer nails, I do tend to make them a little bit thicker than my shorter ones, just to make sure that they have enough strength to them. And if I find that my bead isn't big enough to work to the end, I just add another bead like I did just now, and then I blend that in with everything else. Now I'm going in with my cuticle bead, and I'm making sure I tuck that into the corners and make it flush with everything else, avoiding flooding the cuticle. Angle it down, and then always check from all angles to make sure that your application is good. I'm just going to continue to do this with the rest of the nails. And today I'm using my size 10, which is my go-to brush from Alpha Brushes, which they did close down shop, unfortunately. But I would recommend getting a brush from Nail Prop or Dynamic or even Amazon. If you guys would be interested in me doing like a supply video or something like that, let me know in the comments, because I can definitely do that. So I've started my finish filing. I'm going in with a 5-in-1 medium grit bit. This is from, I couldn't even tell you guys, honestly. I don't even know where this is from. They have a similar bit on Amazon from Pana. So if you're interested in this bit, you can get it from there. I'm going in at a speed of, I believe, 15 or 16. That's where I like to be. And yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just hit the cuticle, I go over the whole nail, and then I go over the edge to make sure it's sharp. Final touches with the nail file. I file down the sides of the nail, and then I file the edge of the nail to make sure it's straight, and then that's it. This really just brings everything together. It's all nice and neat at this point. I did go in and buff after this. I don't always do that. It really just depends on the day and how I'm feeling. Now we're starting my favorite part, the nail art. I went in with my base coat from Koopa. I also like the Beatles gel base coat, and then we were choosing which red to use. Now I'm doing my Frenchies. These Frenchies were the low Frenchies. I've never done these before, and I like them. I think they look very like 90s or like early 2000s. Like, that's what it gives to me. So I did that on all 10 fingers, of course, and I'm matching up the French tips to make sure they are similar. Don't be afraid to go in and correct any imperfections with acetone or alcohol on a French brush. That's what I like to do because I'm definitely not perfect with my French tips yet. Okay, I'm going in and filling in the French tips with the brush from the polish bottle. I like to do this for efficiency, and then I go in with my liner brush on the sides to fill that portion in. I like to do it this way because I feel like if I try to fill in the sides with the bigger brush, I'm more prone to getting polish on the skin, and I want to avoid that as much as possible. Like I said before, any imperfections, I go in, I clean that up with my French brush. Now I'm starting my Playboy bunny. I was a little nervous about this. I've never freehand this before. On the side I did have a picture for reference, and that's what I was basically sketching it from. Designs like this, I like to outline my design and then fill it in. That's what I like to do. That's what works for me. And then I continuously look at the picture to make sure it looks right. I will say at this point, I was a little nervous. I was like, I don't know. But thank goodness I didn't wipe it away and start over, because once I filled it in, it came together. Now on this finger, I'm doing a 8-ball, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's just a big circle, and then you fill it in, and then you put a white dot in the center. So that was pretty easy. I didn't really struggle or anything with this. Now I'm adding 2 stars to fill up that space, and it's pretty simple. I just made 2 dots, and then I flick outward from the center to do the little lines on the sides. Now I'm going in with some white to do the middle of the bowling ball. Just add a dot of white and continue to move the dotting tool in a circle until it's as big as you want. Really, really simple. Then with my fine liner brush, I'm going in and drawing the number 8. I was kind of shaking here. I didn't go over his twice because I didn't want to mess it up. Now I'm starting the 777. This is pretty simple as well. Just 3 sevens. Just trying to make sure that it was spaced evenly. And then this was my favorite design that I did, drawing the cherries. I think these turned out so stinking cute. I went in with a lighter red, and then to add some dimension to them, I went in with a little deeper red on the sides, and I think that really made them stand out. And for the deeper red, I think I just mixed the red that I had with a little bit of black, and then that made the perfect shade for me. And I also didn't cure the cherries under the lamp. I added the darker shade while it was still wet so I could like kind of ombre it together. Now I'm adding the stems, pretty self-explanatory. And then for the charms, I got these charms off of Amazon. They came in a pack. And then I added them with the McCart rhinestone glue, and I flash cured it just to make sure it stays in place. And then to make sure that it doesn't really go anywhere, I added some more glue around it with this fine tip gel pen, which I got off of Shein, and then I also flash cured that. And then I had her put her hand in the lamp for 30 seconds. And then for the last finger, I just went in with some hearts. I thought about drawing some cards, but then I was like, ooh, that's a lot. So I just decided to do some little hearts. And that's basically it. I just went in with my Cooper top coat. I make sure to get the gel really in the crevices of the charm. I don't want it to go anywhere. But that's really it. If you like this set, please comment down below. If you made it to the end, leave a heart in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Just to put you in for a while, some other stuff.